Look, the kids are incredible. It's an amazing thing, and I'm so thrilled that they'll be able to see this movie because I have made a lot of movies they cannot watch until they're much older. So this is fun for me.
We're here to talk about Nonnas, which is based on a real restaurant in Staten Island. Had you heard about this or knew the story at all before they approached you for the movie?
I think I might have heard about it, but I had never been or, I didn't know anything else about it, no.
And the other Nonnas in the movie, Susan Sarandon, Talia Shire, Brenda Vaccaro, did you know any of them beforehand? Had you worked with any of them? Yes.
I knew Brenda and I knew Susan. I'd never worked with them, and I had met Talia on the set.
There's a really beautiful scene in the movie where you guys are all sort of in a beauty parlor and you're, sharing stories from your past. What was it like filming that scene?
It was very moving. I think we all had a story to tell, and I think the way Steven set it up and the way he filmed it and edited it came out really beautiful because it really was the glue of all of us.
Mm-hmm. And you speak some Italian in the movie. Do you speak Italian in real life, or do you have to learn?
I speak French. I'm fluent in French.
Okay.
So no, I know just curse words in Italian.
I saw a video on Instagram of you talking about your grandchildren.
Yeah.
What sort of from real life experience being a Nonna did you sort of take into the role?
Well, I'm running after, 3 little kids, which is always a lot of fun. I'm picking up a lot of things. I was laughing because when I would go to my daughters and I would be picking up things and I would yell, bending, bending. And then the little one you would hear, she would yell out, bending, bending. Big laugh with her. Look, the kids are incredible. It's an amazing thing. And I'm so thrilled that they'll be able to see this movie because I have made a lot of movies they cannot watch until they're much older. So this is fun for me.
With your kids and your grandkids, do you want them to see things that you've been in, or you sort of don't watch stuff? What is that relationship like as an actor? Well, this is really
the only, they know I'm in the movies because people will talk to me and, and they know about I'm on TV because when we did the show for HGTV for the Italian house, so they saw that and they knew about that. But yeah, otherwise there's a lot of things they can't see, but this is something they can watch.
And did they call you Nonna?
No, they call me Flower.
Oh, okay. Did you pick that or did they pick that?
I picked that.
Okay. Is there a backstory or?
It's just really when I was a kid and saw Bambi and when Bambi meets the skunk and he says, what's your name? And the skunk goes, Flower. And I always just loved that because of the juxtaposition of the skunk and the name. And so anyway, yeah, Flower.
That's so sweet. I've never heard of that for a grandparent, but I love it.
Susan Sarandon's grandchildren call her Honey, which is adorable.
Do any of the Nonnas actually go by Nonna?
Maybe Talia. I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll have to investigate that.
There you go.
So there's obviously lots of cooking and lots of food in the movie. Are you a good cook?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your signature dish?
Raviolis and steaks and biscotti. I don't know. I cook all kinds of things.
How was the food actually in the shoot?
Well, we had a fabulous chef, Jason, who prepared all the food that you see in the movie. And the big problem is before the food would even get to the table, we would be eating everything. And he would look at us, go like, guys, I got to go back to the kitchen and make more food. So I think after the first day, he knew that he had to cook up much more food than he thought.
Something that I thought was so fun about this is that you get to be so funny in this movie. And I feel like people who maybe just know you from The Sopranos or Goodfellas know a much more serious side. What was it like getting to be so goofy on set?
Well, it was freeing, and I loved that Stephen Chbosky and Vince Vaughn were very supportive of my choices. And even though I was insecure, they were, pushing me. It's good, don't worry, do it. They were great to me. I remember saying to Vince and to Stephen, I think you really cast the wrong person. I'm not a comedian. I don't know how to do this. And they were like, just breathe, you're doing great, trust yourself, we love you. They were just incredibly supportive to me.
I read in an article that on Sopranos, you and James Gandolfini would prank each other a lot. Are there any pranks that like sort of stand out in your mind from that time?
Yeah, tons of them. Yes, he's naughty. He was naughty, and I was naughty, and it was fun. Yeah.
This year was also the 25th anniversary of The Sopranos. What was it like, just like that show still having so much like resonance and so many people watching it?
I watched the documentary that Alex Gibney did with David Chase, which I thought was fantastic. So I learned a lot. Mm-hmm. I learned a lot from that documentary. It's unbelievable. I don't know where the time went.
I feel like I know a lot of people who started watching the show during the pandemic, like people who are younger who weren't around then.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of people who come up to you now and they're like, hey, I just watched this?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I was really surprised, but it's true. It's like, I remember my parents watching it and I wasn't allowed to watch it. And then during the pandemic, they let me watch it. I guess it was a good time to pass 80 hours of television.